So anybody like free gifts? Yes, yes. I love to give this gift because it energizes, it releases tension, and it kind of opens the mind to receiving, if you will. I love to do it before a meeting that's kind of going to be tension-filled too, because it just kind of settles the thing. So if you would just stand up for me. And you're going to cup your hands, and we're going to tap 36 times. This is called 8 nests. So we're moving the lymph system. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Feel the energy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoop, extra points under the armpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. Other side. Feel the energy flowing? All right. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Groins, we're going to karate chop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All that sitting we do, we get plugged up right here. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And right behind the knees, because we're sitting a lot. So with AO Scan, I see most people have plugged lymph systems. So we're moving the lymph system. And this is a great way just to start our meeting and feel it. So thank you so much. Let us begin. So the tech that listens to your body and speaks to your brain. So I had this great presentation ready for you, practicing, rehearsing last Tuesday, and I thought, I'm going to invite my brother to go shopping with me to help me pick the dress for tonight. And yeah, it was interesting. We started at Macy's, and he's like, Fran, his wife, said, we should go to Dillard's. Okay, we went to Dillard's. So as we're heading back to Macy's, we stop into this little shop that has a lot of sparkle. And we asked the manager, hey, can you pull some dresses for me? And she did. So I get in there, not this, not that. He's like, oh, that's nice. Oh, not so much. That's nice, not so much. Finally, I picked the 2. I'm going to try them back on again one more time. And he says, you remind me of Candida. What kind of compliment is that? What are we going to do with that one? Like, am I going to go jump off the cliff and be really mad at my brother? Or am I going to say, thank you, universe. Yes, I ignored your signs you were telling me. Because just 2 weeks earlier, I found my little bottle of Candida tincture that I didn't finish. But the cool thing about AO Scan is you can re-imprint those frequencies even if it's old. So you can imprint sugar pellets, water, jewelry. And so from there, I went home, I said, ChatGPT, you are not going to believe what my brother said to me. And it said, Suzanne, this is not about you, it's about the energy. You're overburdened. You're not feeling the sweetness of life. Working long hours, anybody? Driving hard to be an entrepreneur, deliver wellness to yourself, your family, your clients. Yeah, that was me. So he was right. Thankful for that my brother complimented me with Candida. And then I said, hey, ChatGPT, how is this impacting my life? Because my AO Scan reports have been telling me repeatedly Candida detox. And then also Epstein-Barr virus, which I never had that I know, but it's showing up in my scans. Oh, Suzanne, dysregulation, nervous system dysregulation. I'm like, so what about herpes simplex virus? That's showing up too. How is that impacting me? Ooh, it's a nasty, nasty trail, Suzanne. And then I said, well, hormonal balance is showing also. Yeah, there's no doubt that's showing. So your nervous system, it's screaming for rest, Suzanne. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, so what should I do to make myself better? Because that's what we're here for. So optimizing for the future, living our best life, not being sluggish, not being stressed out, and having good relationships with our spouse, our partner, our kids, coworkers, clients, patients, on the pickleball court even. So I was in line yesterday and I saw hundreds of cell phone cords, and I thought, that's kind of a sad statement of where we are. 40 people in line, and there's hundreds of these cell phone charger cords. Like, we're all plugged in, but to what? To the noise, to the chaos. So AO Scan has 10 amazing programs, and you can get real-time data on the frequencies going on in your body. So here's the disclaimer. We're not a diagnostic tool. We don't cure or claim to cure, but we do think it's a roadmap to better health. We get clues from it. So one of our scans is vitals, and that's meridians and chakras. And that in itself, based on Chinese medicine for years, and you can go in and it'll scan you and then it'll optimize. And then you can create a Cephi playlist, which is subtle energy frequency imprinter, and optimize your chakras, optimize your meridians, because your meridians are responsible for so many different things. I think there's 14, right? So for me, I know small intestine would always show up. So this was the dress, this was the event, and this is what chat told me: overloaded, under-nurtured, craving sweetness. You need rest. You need rest. Okay, I got it. So we created this protocol. I'm a layperson. I haven't studied this for years like many of you have. So I use ChatGPT as my cheat code. And it pulled in the emotions because, emotions are a large part of what ails us, if you will, our relationships. So energetically, emotionally, and physically, we created these lists. So this is the Cephi playlist. You can put 15 songs, if you will. So you see the Candida detox, the Epstein-Barr virus detox, the herpes simplex, and then complete frequency set is just a raising of all the frequencies to help support us going through that detox. And then it suggested mold fungus. And then we can include the Bach flowers. Anybody familiar with Bach flowers? Pretty amazing, yeah. And then the lymph system. It also recommended, Suzanne, you need to do more lymph exercises to move it. So that's why we started with that one, because it's, especially with a long day of learning, it's a good one to just pop off. So this is the one I would do every morning, and I started this on Wednesday last week. And we'll get there. And then the center one is the bedtime, so relaxing the nervous system. So hormonal balance, adrenal, thyroid support, thyroid issues, nerve stimulator, sleep ease, mastering stress, inner peace, the heart and solar chakra, more Bach flowers, cell salts. And I love to do this one about an hour. So I recruited 2 friends to do this with me, and they don't live with me, but they could benefit even though I was sending it virtually, if you will. They got the benefit of those. So that's the amazing thing. In AO Scan, you can add as many people as you want to your profile, and it's individualized wellness for each person. It's not just a stock, I'm gonna do this list, unless they want that particular list. And then the third one is destiny. What kind of life do we want to lead? What kind of brightness do we want to build? So I love the well-roundedness of the Cephi playlists. This is just one way to do it real time. And you can create a list like that. You can stack them and open up different window tabs and play several at a time. So the AO Hub is the first clinically designed mind engagement system. This is my dad. He's always my first guinea pig. He's 83. He's a type A, hard-driving workaholic, and he loves to come do this. It's a 30-minute session, cranial electrostimulation, photostimulation, pure white light, and your brain, depending on your emotions of the time and the categories that you choose, we'll pick the colors and the intensity and the fireworks show, if you will. Binaural technology is mind sync. So that's our wonderful affirmation tool that brings it in left ear, right ear, but 8 hertz apart. So they're crossing over and then going into the brainstem. So your subconscious and your conscious can't help but to receive the good news or the releasing of the bad stuff. So the first time my dad, he's not a good reader, so he doesn't like to hear his affirmations. And I can always tell what kind of mood he is in when he's reading. Because sometimes it's like pure honey, and sometimes it's like stuttering. But he's become attuned to it, and he loves to listen to it. And I will hear him often chuckle or have that, yeah. So like me, he's in the nervous overload, and he wants to sleep, because he's stressing too much. And sometimes it gets better, but what we're noticing is things are, your body gets addicted to how it's been living. It doesn't necessarily like that change. So sometimes we have that resistance. So he's kind of at that point at this moment. So going back to, hey, you look like Candida, I asked ChatGPT, what should I pick in my hub session? So we have a category of dependencies, physical and emotional, and you can pick 3. So it said to reduce stress. Why? This is the central nervous system support frequency. It acts as a buffer and a gateway, allowing detox, restoration, hormone regulation, emotional clearing, and digestion to happen real time. So the terrain calmer, right? And benzos and barbiturates, sedatives, and tranquilizers, well, I thought that was interesting because I don't take any of it. All right, I'll try it just to see, because I had complained to it that I wasn't sleeping very well for the last month. And then it suggested depression moods. Occasionally I would pick that because that kind of seemed to make sense. But let me tell you, that night I did it. Within about 6 minutes, all of a sudden I had this wave of sedation hit my chest like I'd taken a pill, had an IV or something. It was the most amazing, restful, relaxing, and I just went, this is what we're supposed to feel like when we're resting. So my resting wasn't not really resting. So I slept like a champ that night. The next night was pretty good too. So I'm excited to do it again tonight when I get my hub out. Because it suggests, so you can pick theta, brainwaves, alpha, beta, and gamma. So, I did theta for a couple of weeks. Okay, I'm healed now. I can move on to the upper game because I got a business to run. I want to grow my business. I need to be more insightful. I need to learn faster. So I was picking beta and gamma brainwaves. So that's peak performance. So no wonder I felt like I was on the hamster wheel. So when I came back and did this protocol, I did theta. So my body was able to rest, to take it in, and to retrain. So it's been 2 nights without doing the hub, and I've slept pretty well both nights. So I feel better, and I'm definitely less inflamed, have more energy. This is my friend David, and I met him in Atlanta. He loves to dance, and his thing is, I need to remember all the dances because I'm the lead, but he's a rigid dancer, so it wasn't a very smooth experience, the class I took with him. So a couple of weeks later, we were in Florida at a competition. He's like, Suzanne, I want to try this. Okay, great. Let's do it 3 days. And after the first session, 30 minutes, I said, hey, let's go find a corner and just dance real quick, just to see how fast you might notice a difference. And I'll be dang, he was smoother. Okay, this is cool. So we came back the next day, did another 30 minutes. Now he did inner voice, so we calmed his emotions. We recorded a few affirmations, so he's listening while he's laying there relaxing. And day 2, he was even smoother. I'm like, all right, I can start to follow and enjoy the dance. So day 3, we did it again. This time I had him wear the headset with inner voice because I think he gets nervous when he's teaching and leading. So he was the smoothest yet. it was so much fun to dance with him. Like, this is what dancing should be like. So great for athletic performance, reducing the stress of leading, hyper-focus. And he's a typical type A kind of guy, just wants to be very good, but he was a lot more flowy. So this is the list to affirmations that chat created for me. So imagine listening while you are relaxing in your theta brainwaves, and we're talking to the nervous system that it's okay to rest. Enjoy the rest. It's okay to let go of what's not serving you anymore. Is anybody carrying extra load for somebody else? Yeah. So as I mentioned, that you can imprint into water to sugar pellets. You can put it on jewelry. Sometimes I put memory and focus in my glasses, or put calming on a bracelet or my watch. But these were some of the homeopathies that it pulled for me on Sunday. And to create this magical understanding, because like I said, I'm not trained in this, so I like the cheat code, and I like to put it in a layman's term that I can understand, and others also. But we've all probably spent thousands of dollars on supplements, gadgets, widgets, trying to find the right key to unlock the door, if you will. And I believe that AO Scan believes should be in every home, every practice, because you can do it on your cell phone. It's not an extra device. It's a web-based app, and you can add as many people as you want. I have a family group, so I will scan and optimize them. Then you can go to a different section, and you can pick Bach flowers and emotions and 5 Cephi lists, send it to them. So my friends in Atlanta, I have a list for them. I will run like a spleen meridian on competition weekends, because that's muscle recovery, that's lymph movement, and calming, inner peace. So you can really create this real-time, individualized wellness session for you every time you pick it up. The disadvantage is, if you're working on someone else, you can't be working on you. So you can do groups, but you can't go into a deep dive. So think of it as data-driven language for the bodies. We have this GPS code that drops little clues for us. Like I told you, I'd been getting messages that Candida detox, that I need to include those. So I put them in my sugar pellets. Sometimes I put them in my water. It gives you, if you're looking for clues to show up repeatedly, it will guide you to what's going on and ways that you can turn it around, whether it's getting chiropractic care or lymph massage. So some reports will come back and tell you how your emotions are affecting your body, how to release it. The affirmation tool helps you release the burdens, create this new vision of yourself. I'm a reformed shy person, and I would have never imagined I'd be here 6 months ago. So the stuff works. Think of it as a defrag for your computer system, the software. We're optimizing our programming. We're reprogramming for success. And are you all practitioners or wellness seekers, or what do we have? Practitioners? Personal trainers? So it's a great tool, because how many times your client's brain get in the way? So this is kind of the complete picture of the AO scan. Inner voice is our balancing harmonics. It's individualized by a 10-second scan of your voice. Scans 12 notes and comes back and tells you what your 3 highest emotions are and what your lowest suppressed is. So we also have color therapy glasses, so it recommends the glasses to help bring even more balance. The Cephi system is amazing, because not only is it imprintable, but we have tuning forks. So if you're familiar with tuning forks, it's a big display, and ours are 2 little discs, but the frequencies, it'll scan the body and pick the frequency that you want. So it could be gamma or Schumann or organs, auto clearing 32. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. scan for body systems, vitals, comprehensive, all the way to the mitochondria. You can look at your blood biology, the frequencies of it. So it's not like a type A, type B, but the frequencies of it. And my nurse practitioners say that when their clients are doing a blood test, they'll do a scan with the AO scan, and it will be the same as their physical blood test. It's pretty amazing. And the technology has been around for 30 plus years. What used to be in a device, then it used to be in a big computer system, but as technology changes, it funnels down to the very small. And then, this is the hub. So these are the list of, you can pick 3 of the categories, and then you can pick your brainwave state. And then you can also add lasers if you want to do some laser work, or TENS if you're working on pain relief. And we just released RTMS, magnetic cranial. I haven't got that one yet. Pretty phenomenal, though. But the AO hub is based off of the theta chamber. Anybody familiar with the theta chamber? So Lauren Swenson traveled the world to create a modality for his son who had cerebral palsy. And his son was about 9 months old. And he started him in the theta chamber. So it's a capsule. So it's the same as the AO hub. Ears, lights, and sound therapy. And it spins. So his son is now 40, has no sign of cerebral palsy, speaks 5 languages, and has 2 black belts. So this is that on steroids, but in a very much smaller container. And it's portable. All you need is a Windows laptop and electricity and Wi-Fi, and you are golden. And I love that you can pick any of the categories and even, tap into things like benzos. I would have never thought to do that for myself, but was it transformative for me? So I'm staying away from beta and gamma right now because I have to rest. The body says so. No more Candida for me. Any questions?
I don't think I even understand what this is.
Okay.
What is an AO hub?
AO hub is a mind engagement system, and it goes in. So when a cranial electrostimulation sends the pulses like a TENS, and it helps the left and right brain communicate.
So it's earphones,
Goggles are pure white light, and that's rewiring and trimming dead pathways. So creating new pathways based on what you pick here.
So how do you scan a person?
So it's as simple as their name, email address, height, weight, and a picture. And the
By a program on your cell phone?
cell phone, laptop. And so I can do start a scan here. And no, we can't, because I don't have the Wi-Fi. But it's as simple as, hi, I'm Suzanne Beninate. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, doing a presentation. And then it will scan my voice. Or it will, if you're already in my scanner, you can say, hey, can you run my scans today? And because the profile's already set up, the scanner begins to learn what's normal and baseline for each individual the more you scan them, and then helps to further optimize.
So it's based on voice and then on your face?
Just your voice. For the balancing harmonics. Otherwise, if you're not going to listen to the tones, then we can just do vitals, body system scans, comprehensives, Cephi playlists.
And it recommends what you should listen to through the device.
Yeah, it creates your own harmonic file based on, and it's always changing in real time because your body's always in flow and in motion, and depending on who you're interacting with or what kind of, maybe you just got a bad email. And so Lauren, the creator, he suggests, think of a bad memory and then replace it with a good memory and then do your voice scan, because then you have that kind of baseline. But often people will just go, hey, here I am, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I want to get a better brain voice. It's like, my parents are very silly about it. So it's just a dynamic opportunity to create different plans for yourself, your kids. My practitioner friends who have kids at home, and maybe they're struggling in school, they'll have them listen to do a voice scan, listen to the music before they go to school, come back, and then, they have a better day. And then some have ADHD, and they feel like it's helping them focus. And then PTSD, helping calm the trauma when it starts to trigger. But you can come in here and create like anxiety playlists to help calm, or even if someone's in a depressed state, you can create the list to give them inner peace and help them have a more joyful day, if you will. Any other questions? We do have the opportunity for a 10-minute and 30-minute session if you're curious and want to come try it, or if you just want to try the inner voice, see what that feels and sounds like, if it's calming. I find it's very useful when I'm doing creative work, or I know I want to get a lot of work done at my desk. I use it for meditation purpose. I use it at bedtime. I was using affirmations yesterday while I was shopping, and just creating a more joyful experience. And I feel like it makes me more aware of where I am, who I'm interacting with, and being more present. So I'm Suzanne Beninate. I didn't tell you that. I'm a Solex quantum living advocate, and my business is Mary Poppins Power, and AO Scan and AO Hub are two essential ingredients for the modern medicine cabinet. Thank you so much for coming, and please come see us at booth 84. We'll be there all weekend. Enjoy. Yeah.
And this is the website that we can order from if we
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had never heard of anything like this prior to this, so it's revolutionized the way I think health and wellness ought to be, because there's no pills, it's just frequency, man.